Shalom, friends. It's Rabbi Jenny Solomon here at Beth Meyer Synagogue with a Mincha moment. This week we are reading Parashat Re'eh. See that I have set before you blessing and curse. So one of the challenges, of course, with this opening is that life is not always so clear. It's not always certain from the outset when we are moving through our lives, which is the blessing and which is the curse. I'm thinking about a phrase that I love, an acronym in the recovery community. Sometimes experiences are what we call an AFGO, another fucking growth opportunity. So sometimes what feels like a curse actually turns out to be a blessing. And sometimes what feels like a blessing we might experience as a curse. We don't always know from the outset, and we don't always get to know how things are going to unfold over time. One of the phrases that I come back to again and again as I try to discern my own path and figure out, blessing and curse as I move through the day, as I move through my life, is something that I learned when my kids were really little. I learned it from another parent educator who encouraged me to ask myself the question, helpful or hurtful? Helpful or hurtful? And of course, we don't know the long-term trajectory, the arc of where our actions or our words will take us or land for somebody else. But that question to ask ourselves in the moment, helpful or hurtful? Are these words that I feel compelled to share with somebody, are they going to be helpful or hurtful? And if I'm not sure, pause. Wait until I have a better sense of helpful or hurtful. And the truth is that, of course, many times we aim to do things and to say things that will be helpful, and they end up being hurtful. Happens to me all the time. Which is why I'm so grateful that we are preparing to enter the season of Elul as we prepare our hearts and our minds and our bodies for this deeply contemplative season in which we try to delve into the work of tshuva, of repentance and repair and realignment, apologizing for the moments that were hurtful, even when we intended to be helpful. But finally, I want to wrap up with this. Every morning, there are a series of blessings that we traditionally say, Birchot HaShachar, blessings of gratitude for each new day. And one of those blessings we say on a daily basis is we thank God, She'asani b'nei chorin, She'asani bat chorin, that God made me free, that God has created us as human beings with free will and with the capacity to make choices. And it doesn't always mean that we will choose well. Sometimes we will choose curse, or sometimes we will choose blessing. Sometimes we'll choose what is helpful, and sometimes we'll choose unwisely or unintentionally what is hurtful. But remembering that we are endowed with the capacity to choose, what a gift. What a gift. Because we can always, as long as we're alive, as long as we're breathing, we can always choose again. We are never so far down a road of curse or so far down a road of hurt that we can't choose differently, moment to moment. Wishing everyone just this increased capacity through our practice, through our spirituality, especially as we prepare to enter Elul, with this increased awareness of what it is, what a gift it is to be free, to be able to choose not necessarily what happens to us, None of us get to choose that, but to choose how we want to respond. Peace. Shalom.